Hi, I'm Dr. Andrea Labuti, and I am here to present with you the Autism Journey video series. This is a series of videos to help parents meet the challenges that we face along the way on our autism journey, and especially to address roadblocks that are keeping our children from thriving and reaching their full potential. This is video number 2, and the roadblock number 2 is Autism Overwhelm, Diets and Supplements Simplified. Now, first of all, I'm going to take you back to a very defining moment in my life. You know that the defining moments we have, we get into the college of our choice, or our beloved asks us to marry them. But with autism, there's a few extra defining moments thrown in there for us, like diagnosis day, and also milestones like saying mommy or I love you, which could be at age 5 or 15 or 25. So this particular defining moment was 3 a.m., 3 weeks after my son was diagnosed. Now, I basically had a newborn baby at home, and my son had just got diagnosed. He was about 20 months old, and I remember for those first 3 weeks, I just cried and I cried and I cried. I was so devastated because I didn't know what to do. There wasn't a lot of help out there, so I'm trying to help you guys not go through that devastation. But anyway, I woke up and it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was, I'm awake. You know how you wake up from a nightmare and you're like, oh, thank God that was only a dream. Well, for me back then, I was very much the opposite. I wanted to stay asleep. I didn't want to realize that the reality of my life was what it was. That was then. I'm not thinking that way now. But anyway, so I sit up, I start crying again, and my husband gently reaches over to me, grabs me by the shoulders, and says very firmly but gently, you have to stop doing this. You are really starting to scare me, and you can't keep doing this. I'm getting really scared. So that sort of was a trigger for me where I just suddenly snapped out of it, right? Something sunk in, and I decided, all right, you know what? Enough of the pity party. Let's get busy. So I did. I scoured the internet, and a lot of things that a lot of parents find right away is stuff on diet and supplements. Well, let me tell you, it was so overwhelming. I spent the first 5 to 7 years of this journey really engrossed in knowing every diet known to autism, every supplement, supplement protocol. I went to the conferences, I read the books, I met with the autism doctors, I became an autism doctor. I once purchased a $20,000 hyperbaric oxygen chamber. And I say that because I want you guys, to sort of distill down my information. I'm distilling it down for you so you don't have to go through the time, the trial and error, and the expense. So here is what I learned by going through all of those heroics or insanity when I was trying to understand how to help my son and what the diet and supplement regimen should be. And it is so profoundly simple that it may seem too good to be true. Now, this is a framework that I want you to think about. It's not like all the answers for your particular child, but it's a framework. And the framework is this: decrease the toxins going in and increase the toxins going out. Now, that may seem on the surface pretty simple, and it is. But the whole process of doing that is, something else. So you really do have to eliminate what's going into your child that's poison, right? What kind of food are they eating? What is going onto their skin? What is in their clothing, in their room, in the environment? Okay, so super important to decrease the toxins that are going in. And you want to increase the toxins going out. You want to speed up their cleansing and detoxifying systems. And I have a really powerful detox smoothie recipe for free on my website, andrealabuti.com. You can jump over there and you can pull that down. But really, in terms of what goes out, a healthcare practitioner can work with you for a tailored plan for your child. But it could be as simple as just putting this smoothie into their diet day in and day out and eliminating some other things. You could do those 2 things and have pretty powerful results. So another 5 things that I want you to think about. The 5 things that I want you to think about in terms of diet rules, so to speak. Okay, and these are things to strive for. You can take baby steps. I know it can seem very overwhelming when you're first starting out. And those 5 things are gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, corn-free, and organic whole foods. So those 5 things, keep it simple. And again, I know how overwhelming it can be. I remember when I first learned about taking gluten out, I was like, oh, like it was devastating to me. Okay, it was back around those 3 week, that 3 week time frame or 6 week time frame at that point, and it seemed very overwhelming. But it's doable, and especially now, 12 years later, there are tons of options out there for you. So when it comes to supplements, you have to work with an individual practitioner to, safely take on the supplements that will help your child based on their unique physiology. But I can say in general, there are some basic supplements that would do no harm and be good for kids with autism, for all kids really. Methyl B12 or a combination methyl cyanocobalamin in a liquid form would be great. Micro minerals or a multi-mineral, a non-fish oil DHA EPA. And I'm not talking just about like flax and hemp and all that. I'm talking about like a microalgae vegan DHA EPA. And if you just Google microalgae or vegan DHA EPA, you'll find some brands. There's a brand named Diva, DEVA, which is pretty good. Vitamin C, methylfolate, magnesium. Those are some basic things that we all need, and especially kids with autism. So, more information can be found with Anthony William. He's a fellow Hay House author. He's a wellness author and an amazing human being. But keeping it simple, that's the way, you can get through this overwhelm. Just have your structure and your ins and your outs, and try to balance that. Okay, I hope this video series is helpful for you guys. I'm really passionate about changing how parents and teachers and the world sees autism. You can find more information on AndreaLabuti.com. Let me know in the comments if there's anything specific you want me to talk about. I'm happy to answer any of your questions and help you out in any way I can. Have a great day.